This is Elizabeth Shermer with an intuitive reading for the Lunar Matrix on Thursday, August 9th. Today's reading covers the period of time from today's last quarter moon through next week's new moon, which happens on Friday, August 17th at 8:54 a.m. Pacific time. The week of the last quarter moon is always an opportunity for a special kind of clarity and decision making around the habits and patterns and beliefs and circumstances that we wish to carry forward and those we wish to leave behind. It's a time of preparation for the new cycle of manifesting potential that's released with next week's new moon. And it follows the illumination and awareness of last week's full moon. So we're poised at a place of illumination, awareness, and opportunity for making decisions this week. There's a special opportunity this week associated with the astrology chart, or illuminated by the astrology chart for the last quarter moon. And it talks about a special potential this week for us to become living links between the past and the future. And what it is pointing to is an opportunity for us through simple actions, which I'll talk about, through simple action to bring forward our ancestral lineage, the gifts of our lineage, into our vision of the future. And in this way, through actions this week, we become a living alchemical link that connects the wisdom and strength and courage of the past with the vision and opportunity and new creations of the future. So when I threw the spread this week, I asked for clarity and guidance to help us reach these potentials. The astrological chart pointed to the potential difficulty this week, which was a tendency we may have to become isolated, and that the way to access our potential to be these living links from the past and the future was to expand our vision of service outside of our immediate needs to the larger community around us. And so the cards this week talk to us about the opportunities and the ways in which we can expand our vision. The cards for the last quarter moon are very practical, and this is a practical week of big picture opportunities through simple, clear actions. The first card to the left, the Two of Wands Dominion, speaks about the quality of self-confidence and assurance and success that comes from being in energetic alignment. Our ability to align our actions in the physical realm, in our body, from a place of our own confidence and strength and intuition and clarity. Wands are the suit of fire, so this is the fire of our inspiration and our vision coming into our bodies. That's the basic message there. We'll come back to how to access that in a moment. The card in the middle, in the position of mind, the Prince of Swords, is moving forward in the world with a new vision of fearlessness and certainty. It's a quality of swords, are the suit of the mind. It's a quality of the mind that also accesses intuition. And so it's an ability to bring your vision into the world with clarity. The Prince of Swords is a warrior. There's no fear of death here. There's no fear of taking risks. And there's a certainty to the quality of this mental focus. The card to the right in spiritual support is the Emperor. And the Emperor is the master of action in the world. And the highest expression of the Emperor is authentic leadership for the service of the larger good. And so this is our ability to act in very physical ways in the world to participate through confidence and strength and action. And so this is the quality supported by the larger fields this week, supporting our own action, our own clarity, our own confidence. So what does all this mean? in terms of us being the living link between the past and the future. Well, the interesting synchronicity here today was that all 3 cards came up reversed, and when I looked at that, all it said was the intuitive message I got when all 3 cards were reversed was there's a doorway to open the potential. And so the 4th card I drew is the doorway to open the potential, and the 4th card is the 5 of discs, called worry. The 5 of discs came up reversed, which means a release of this pattern. So I'll say a little bit about what the worry can represent. This is worry expressed in the physical world. Discs are the physical realm. And what it's referring to today is a tendency to become, for worry and anxiety to be a result of being stretched too thin. The 5s are about transformation, coming from a special kind of activity that transcends the old, the past, moving forward in new ways. And so the 5 of discs can represent a tendency to become sort of tunnel vision, was the image I got today. Tunnel vision about circumstances in our lives that lead us to feel isolated and alone, taking on too much responsibility, and thus feeling worry and anxiety about all that there is to do. So in this sense, in this case today, it's being too busy and losing touch with the sense of connection to the larger realms and larger possibilities and larger connections. So this card in reversal is pointing to, when we reverse it, the 5, I don't know if you can see there, the 5 pointed stars pointing up now, and that means that there's an opening for transformation, an ability to access our power, to have be grounded in the earth and open to heaven and available to all the opportunities. And so if we become conscious of a tendency this week to become overextended, and we'll be aware that's happening if we either experience being isolated or feeling worried or anxious about how busy we are and whether or not we'll get everything done. That's a signal that we are out of alignment this week with the higher potentials. So when we can release the worry, we can come into alignment with just a breath. You can release the worry, realize that it's an old pattern that you have the opportunity to release this week. And by coming into a sense of a bigger picture, even by just turning your vision away from current circumstances and look outside and ask, what are you missing? What's the opportunity you're missing? How can you connect to a larger experience of community or service? It may be with someone in your immediate household. It may be in your close circle of friends, or it may be your neighborhood community, or even the planet. Where is there an opportunity to extend actions to be of service? And these can be very simple actions. The Emperor is about concrete action in the world from a place of clarity and confidence. Remember, the 2 of Wands dominion in the body just means coming into alignment, experiencing your own self-confidence and assuredness and balance. And the Prince of Swords, clarity of mind and action, with clarity of mind leading to clear action. And the warrior aspect of stepping outside of old patterns. So this week, pay attention to habits of worry or busyness that lead to anxiety and overwhelmment. Catch yourself, turn your attention or your vision in a different direction. Sometimes all that's needed is just to look in a different direction. One of the practices that some of my friends and I are doing now is just to say the opposite, or do the opposite, or look the opposite, and things can shift in an instant. So the synchronicities this week may be around circumstances that trigger worry, or they may be very clear messages about simple actions you can take to support someone else, be of service, and extend your own realm of influence. Again, when you do that this week, you will be expanding your energy field in such a way that you participate in connecting the strength and confidence of your own lineage and the lineage of the ancestors represented here by the Emperor, you will be a living link between the lineage and confidence of the ancestors with the visions of the future that are coming into form. And I wish you blessings this week on your own journey and the simple circumstances that arise for you to expand your sense of connection and community, and which will help you access your own visions of the potentials of what is to come and bring forward the strength that you carry within from the gifts of your ancestors and the larger ancestral realm. I ask for blessings today. Excuse me. Blessings today for all those hearing this message. The reading today covers this week through next week's new moon on Friday the 17th, when you'll hear from me again. And with that, I wish you all joy and the full days of expansion and bliss in these lovely, wonderful days of August. Blessed be. This is Elizabeth Shermer with the Lunar Manifesting Matrix.